Good day, everyone. So, our group would be discussing Google along our respective topics. So, for the members of our group, we have Sir Rosano, Sir Justin, Sir Jean, Sir Khaled, Mamariel, and yours truly, Sir Carlo. So, before we get to anything else, I will first pass on the mic to Mamariel to discuss Google's profile.
Let's go over with the company profile of Google. Google company is a titan in the technological industry. It has contributed to nearly every front of technology. And since the alphabet restructuring has become the single most valuable company in the world, it is an American multinational technology company specializing in internet related services and products. These include online advertising technologies, search, cloud computing, software, and hardware. Google company vision statement is to provide access to the world's information in one click. Their mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. The core values of Google company is to focus on the user, focused on providing the best user experience possible, whether they are designing a new browser or a new tweak to the look of the homepage. Second, fast is better than slow. We know your time is valuable, so when you're seeking an answer on the web, you want it right away and we aim to please. You can be serious without a sweat. We believe that great creative things are more likely to happen with the right company culture. Democracy on the web works. Google search works because it relies on the millions of individuals posting links on websites to help determine which other sites offer content of value. Another is doing one thing really, really well. We do search with one of the world's largest research groups focused exclusively on solving search problems. That is what Google's best for. Lastly, do the right thing. Don't be evil. Honesty and integrity in all Google do. Our business practices are beyond reproach. We make money by doing good things. Those are the core values of the Google company.
So now let us proceed to consumer search engine. So I, Giancarlo Unson, would be discussing about this. So what are search engines? So search engines are web-based tools that enable users to locate information and content in the World Wide Web through keywords. Search engines utilize automated software applications referred to as robots, bots, or spiders that travel along the web, following links from page to page and site to site. The information gathered by spiders is used to create a searchable index of the web. Simply put, there are three key steps to how search engines work. So we have crawling, indexing, and ranking. So companies use search engine optimization or SEO to help search engines recognize their websites as highly relevant to particular researches. So Google as a search engine, more than 70% of worldwide online search requests are handled by Google, placing it at the heart of most internet users' experiences. Looking into the search engine, Google is a fully automated search engine that uses software known as web crawlers that explore the web on a regular basis to find sites to add to the search engine. The vast majority of sites listed in Google results aren't manually submitted for inclusion, but are found and added automatically when their web crawlers crawl the web. Google not only tops all search engines, but it dominates them. So, what are consumer search engines? So, in order for us to define what consumer search engines are, let us break them down first into two components. So, we first have the consumer. So, a consumer is a person who purchases goods and services for personal use. And now, a search engine again is a web based tool that enables users to locate information and content and the World Wide Web through keywords. So, putting them together, a consumer search engine is an online market that gives wide arrays of goods and services for people to choose from. We can say that most, if not all, search engines can be considered as consumer search engines. And of course, Google is no exception. So, Google, as a consumer search engine, pulls all sales made across all sites, mostly other consumer search engines, for a particular item searched. Let's say I would like to buy some denim hoodies. Google would provide sales within or near my locale across various sites as follows. So normally you would see items for sale along different sites. However, with what I've searched, they all come from Lazada. But nonetheless, it still shows that Google, as a search engine, pulls all sales across all sites within or near my locale. So do take note that consumer search engines function just like comparison shopping engines. So along with this, here are the best practices of Google as a consumer search engine. So first, we have the user first mentality. So Google's success came from its desire and ability to provide higher quality results for each user. Understanding search intent and finding the most accurate and relevant websites that match each query have allowed Google to stand out from the competition. Online satisfaction is a major part of their core business model. Google provides simple, better results. If users like the search results they find based on search queries, then the user will be happy. Happy users turn into repetitive users. These repetitive users will eventually be loyal to the platform. Then we have developing strong trust through better results. Providing better, more relevant results have allowed Google to be considered a trustworthy resource for finding information on the web. As a result, users started to leave MSN, Yahoo, AltaVista, and other platforms to enjoy a search engine that offered relevant search results quickly. Google's trust has continued to increase over the years by constantly updating their search algorithms and by focusing on the user, their intent, and their satisfaction. As a result, Google has become a household name that everyone is aware of. Now, most people would not go a day without Googling at least one thing. Then again, for the third, we have localizing searches. Small businesses are the backbone of the US economy, and Google took advantage of this information. They continued search capabilities with proximity and geolocation, targeting to create custom, local results from users. Local search opened up the competitive playing field for all businesses as they were able to be found for their products or services based on how far away they were from the user. Google provided users with better results based on both search intent and geo-proximity of where the search actually took place. These custom results have led Google to become the go-to medium for local searches. Once accomplishing this, Google took it a step further by marrying local search results with the Google Maps platform. This allowed users to navigate and explore local businesses with their smartphones. With this, Google was and still is able to help users navigate their way to any location. So fourth, we have constantly testing and improving algorithms and artificial intelligence. Google is constantly testing its search results in order to change and adapt as users' habits change. Google's algorithm is a hidden secret that is constantly being developed using human analysis and machine learning rather. As always, the end goal is to create better search results. Many SEOs or search engine optimizations have tried gaming the system in order to get around Google's algorithm and rank higher in the search engine result pages. While this might work in the short term, Google almost always catches on and penalizes websites that proactively use black hat techniques. This is Google's way of making sure results are not skewed and that users keep trusting them to provide the best results. So, to conclude, Google thrives and will continue to do so because of how it puts itself in the shoes of its users, making it more convenient for them to use their search engine services. So, now for price comparison sites, I return the mic to Ma'am Marielle.
Good day, everyone. Today's video is about one of the best price comparison sites in the world, the Google Shopping. When we talk about price comparison sites, they do exactly what their name implies. They compare the price of goods and services from a range of companies. This allows clients to make sure they get a deal that's tailored to their needs at the best price. Price comparison is comparing the price of similar products in different stores across different brands. With the rise of the e-commerce industry, comparison shopping has now become a practice of online shoppers. It is estimated that more than 10 million adults use price comparison websites before placing an order online. These websites allows clients to get quotes from a variety of firms in a single stroke. This means they can make a quick inquiries about what's on offer across the market without having to fill in multiple sets of forms with different companies. Price comparison websites are mostly used for comparison shopping. However, today's online retailers are heavily using various price comparison websites to offer smart and competitive pricing to their potential customers. These price comparison sites help online retailers to observe the competition and offer the best price to a budget conscious audience. But first, how do price comparison work? A price comparison website allows clients to compare the prices of similar products online, offered by different brands and retailers. Clients can compare the prices of their desired products and pay the lowest price to buy them. When clients search for their favorite product, these price comparison engines provide them with a list of retailers who sell their desired product. However, they must read the product and service reviews before placing an order. The question now is, how do price comparison websites help the retailers? Price comparison engines help retailers to increase their brand visibility. A few perks that the retailers enjoy includes but not limited to the following. First, identify the popularity of the product. When retailers believe that their brand or product has become popular, it's time for them to check out different price comparison websites. They must find out whether their brand or product is available on these price comparison websites or not. If you are a retailer and your brand isn't present on price comparison websites, you, your competitors are, it means that your pricing model isn't market competitive. You must find out who is selling products similar to yours and at what price. Subsequently, offer a better deal than your competitors and increase your brand's visibility by getting listed on different price comparison sites. Second, close to competition. With so many new brands popping up each day, it is hard to keep track who's rapidly climbing the ranks within the industry. With the help of price comparison websites, retailers can discover new competitors with ease. It would be wise to compare yourself if your competitors before your customers do it. Analyze what variations of promotional offers they are coming up with and then craft your deal that offers the best promotional price. Third, targeting budget conscious customers. Remember, these budget freaks are out there to get their hands on the best deals available online. Therefore, they will use different price comparison websites to verify prices before placing their order. You must analyze the working mechanism of different price comparison websites before you alter your pricing model to attract a budget-conscious audience. There are many popular price comparison websites that offer the best deals available online in just a few clicks. With user-friendly website navigation, you can grab a great deal even if it isn't Christmas. Google Shopping is one of the best price comparison websites in the online world. Google Shopping is formerly Google Product Search. Google Products and Frugal is a Google service created by Craig Neville Manning, which helped users research products, read information about the product prices and features, and compare prices between different retailers who are advertising their products, and then connect with the right retailer to make purchases. Google Shopping is both a search engine and a price comparison site. If merchants advertise on Google Shopping, their products are listed on both. It is known to be the most popular comparison shopping engine in the internet world. Google Shopping is probably the largest and best known comparison shopping engine in the online world. Products submitted to Google Shopping will also be displayed in the standard Google search results and are integrated with the Google Ads. This is the what we call pay-per-click platform of the Google Shopping. Google Shopping is one of the price comparison sites that allows clients to compare prices for products sold by various retailers. This category of site shows clients the product prices from different retailers to show them where to buy the product affordably. Google Shopping requires clients to scan the barcode or type in the product name to find the products. The Google Shopping site then shows clients a list of retailers who are selling the same product and how much they are selling it for. Those looking to save money on purchases are more likely to use a price comparison tool to help them with their research. To attract budget-conscious customers, retailers may need to offer a lower product price. However, it isn't necessary to lower product price to attract the customers to your store. Google Shopping works through an algorithm that processes a file known as product feed. Online retailers submit the product feed to Google. The file contains all the store's product details such as the product titles, descriptions, images, and the price. Google matches the product details with users' search queries to create the ads. The users will see shopping ads specific to their search queries displayed, showing the product image, price description, etc. If the user finds it relevant, they will click on the ads and be directed to the website or store. Since the product details come from retailers, Google can show current prices and availability of the product. For example, if retailers sell basketball shoes and someone types it on Google, Google will show them different basketball shoes from different retailers like this one. With this, we have the following best practices of Google Shopping in terms of the price comparison sites. First, Google Shopping improves product visibility. With the help of Google Shopping ads, retailers can advertise their products on Google Search Display Network, Gmail, and YouTube. This gives retailers to make their product more visible that can lead to more engagements and conversions. Second, Google Shopping improves the shopping experience with the added visually enticing product images rather than the usual text-heavy ads. The visual ads grab attention faster than the text because clients can see what they want to buy in pictures. So, when they see the images, they are enticed to click on the ads to go to the website. Because it appeals more to users, it wins 85.3% of all the clicks of the users. Third, Google Shopping brings in clients with a stronger intent to buy. A client who searches for products on Google and sees Google ads already sees the product image, reads the product description, and knows the cost of the product. If such a client clicks through to the retailer's website, they will probably make the purchases. Fourth, Google Shopping simplifies product management. Google Shopping contains products from different retailers. However, retailers don't need to add product images, information, and pricing manually because it supports integrations with other e-commerce platforms such as Magento, Shopify, and the WooCommerce. In conclusion, Google Shopping is one of the comparison sites as great technology to find and compare prices. By being able to search multiple retailers, products, and collect prices, it still gives buyers the ability to compare products in one convenient place. Since it satisfies the need, it stays here, and online retailers certainly benefit from it if they list their products. Because time and money are crucial resources that shouldn't go to waste because of wrong buying decision. Google Shopping is one of the best ways for retailers to get their products in front of the right audiences. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed.
And now for FinTech strategy, I pass on the mic to Sir Rosano.
All right. Good morning, class. Good morning, Sir Erorita. It's a Saturday, almost lunchtime. Um, this is just part of our group effort. It's actually 10 slides only, very short. It will not take more than 5 minutes because I believe it doesn't have to be long because we just, contributed uh, to a certain topic. Our main topic is all about Google and how is it, linked to our course, which is financial technology. So I was searching for a relevant content, or I would say topic on Google in relation to fintech, which is also very relevant to our daily living. And upon my research, I found out that Google Pay is not really way behind when it comes to e-wallet or online payment platforms, because we already know that Apple has already launched their own Apple Pay, even Alipay, which is from Alibaba. And I found out that there are a lot more uh, local and international, especially BDO Pay, which I sometimes get to use. So we're not at all surprised why e-wallet or online payment platform is getting to be a market where many players are emerging. So for a company like Google, a tech giant like Google, why would they not set up their own uh, online payment platform? So just allow me to read. While Google came to the market quickly on the heels of Apple Pay with its own Google Pay and digital wallet products, the tech giant has been mostly quiet in the fintech space. And yes, I agree. They have been very quiet, low profile, while they were developing their own platform. No? Now, Google, which is a subsidiary of parent company Alphabet, has been working quietly for several years to build its digital wallet offering into a full-featured digital banking platform to be called Plex. Now, based on my further research, I think they already abandoned Plex as their name. So I believe they are looking into other, uh, I would say, a brand name other than Plex. That's what I found out during my research. Now, we know very well that Google is the number one search engine, uh, and they still have different products like YouTube and etc. etc. And being new players in the e-wallet platform or industry, of course, they lack the expertise on how to develop and launch their own platform. So they offered or they hired two top guns from PayPal. We know PayPal before was owned by Elon Musk, and this was sold by him at a certain price. Now, Arnold Goldberg has joined the group. So Google announced that former PayPal executive Arnold Goldberg has joined the company to run its payment division and will set a new strategy course for the business. So together with Arnold is another former PayPal person, COO Bill Reddy, who joined Google in 2019 and took over the payment business of Google in 2020. Okay, so these two guys will be basically running the show. Now, what is the strategy of Google? Okay, it says here in announcing the addition of Goldberg to the team, Reddy also indicated that a strategy shift is underway to refocus Google's fintech efforts in a way that builds Google into a connectivity layer for the entire consumer banking and financial industry. So I was really trying to understand what this meant. So I did some more research, and after I couldn't get the real meaning of this right away. So I went further, and to my mind, based on my understanding, the strategy meant that Google wants to be one of the major fintech vendors. That's what I have found out. Now, what do we mean by fintech vendor? When you are a fintech vendor, what does it mean to be a fintech vendor? Okay, um, it only means that as a financial technology vendor, you're able to supply the products and services needed by banks, which is all in one place. Okay, so I believe whatever product or services that the bank needs, we can do further research on that. Now, how does the e-wallet payment really work? So I took a slide here which is self-explanatory, and I guess most of us has already the experience through GCash, through BDO, and the others. So once you have your bank account, okay, you're going to link your bank account to your e-wallet, for example, with BDO or whichever e-wallet platform you choose. And then you can already make your purchases through the e-wallet as long as you're able to top up, okay, your balances from your bank account. So once you have that funds, you're ready to purchase from any merchant. And of course, you get a billing or you get a statement or you get an invoice, and then you automatically, follow the process of paying through the wallet. So in return, the wallet collects a fee because this could be huge. Like, for example, for GCash, every time I transact, every time I send money to my supplier in Manila, I'm always being charged of, I think, 25 pesos. All right. So that's a lot. Okay. So number 5, funds are now paid out to the merchant through the payment gateway. So this is just a basic illustration. So I think all of you already knows all about this. So I guess that's all I can say about e-wallet in relation to what you call this Google joining the industry, because they have a lot of products, they have some services also, and it's a very big company, and it makes sense to me that being one of the biggest tech giant all over, it makes sense to have their own e-wallet platform as well. Okay, so it's very short, but I hope you have learned from the very, very short presentation that I made. So if you want to read more about what I've just discussed to you, you can just visit this background reading and you can learn more actually. All right. So that's it, folks. I thank you. I thank all my classmates and Sir Rita. I wish you all the best and keep safe. Thank you.
Now, for alternative payment method, I give the mic to Sir Jean.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, classmates. My name is Jean A. Peralta, and I am here to discuss the topic Google as an alternative payment method. What is an alternative payment method? Alternative payment method, or APM, it is sometimes also known as local payment methods. It is referred to any form of payment that is not cash or a major credit card or debit card scheme. It generally refers to payment methods other than the use of traditional payment schemes such as cash, debit and credit cards, and checks. As financial technology companies and business entities have entered the digital payment ecosystem, alternative payment methods have increased popularly. Google Pay is a Google account-based digital wallet. With an Android phone or watch running Wear OS, you may use it to transfer or request money with friends. Use it in apps to pay for goods, and use it at a store or a restaurant. The actual reason to use Google Pay is that it is faster and safer than using a traditional debit or credit card. Google Pay, which replaced Android Pay and Google Wallet in 2018, works without providing your actual card numbers to businesses and restaurants. In essence, your credit and debit card information is securely held on Google's computers, and instead of transmitting your card details, Google Pay utilized a token known as a virtual account number as a stand-in. Discerns of Google or Google Pay as an alternative payment method. The future has arrived. The impact of COVID-19 and pandemic is hastening huge changes in how we shop and pay for products and services. Cash is no longer the currency of choice. Whether we are shopping online or in a physical store, using a mobile phone or a smartwatch as payment option makes sense for consumers who wish to make their payment at all times. So these are the pros and cons of Google Pay. The pros, number one, it is easy to set up and use. Google Pay is simple to set up on your smartphone or smartwatch. All you have to do now is make sure it's NFC enabled or near field communication. It is a technology that allows two electronic devices to communicate and transact with each other, one of which being smartphone or watch. In today's devices, NFC technology is standard. If you're not sure, check your phone settings to see if it is an NFC option. Second pro, high level of security. Google Pay is built with multiple layers of protection to prevent your money from being abused or stolen. Your payment card information is never kept or shared. Number 3, carry only your phone or your smartwatch. It doesn't matter if you leave your wallet at home if you constantly carry your phone or wear your smartwatch. Simply browse your Google Pay accepting supermarkets or retailers and make purchases with only a few taps in your phone app. Number 4, attractive promotion and reward programs. One of the biggest benefits of mobile payment systems like Google Pay is that in addition to being convenient, they also reward you for using or recommending them. Cons of Google Pay. Number 1, not always accepted. You can only use Google Pay in most places and online sites. but you can't go out without your cards or cash, and be certain that you'll be able to pay with the Google Pay anywhere. This is especially true if you're going to a market or visiting rural or distant places. Number two, not as effective on all phones. The same cannot be said for all cell phones. While NFC is included on all recent smartphones, if you have an older phone, you need to check to see if it has this feature, as Google Pay requires it to communicate transaction data to a payment terminal. Number three, concerns of data privacy. Some consumers are concerned since Google Pay and most other mobile payment options leave a transaction record. And the last one is dependence on your phone and smartwatch. Because your Google Pay payment is directly linked to your smartphone or mobile app, you'll be stranded if your phone or mobile network goes down. So have a backup phone with you if you lose phone or out of range of your cell network or your battery dies while you're out shopping. On my part, Google Pay is not only convenient, but it is also simple to use and secure. Google Pay is currently accepted as a valid payment method in an increasing number of physical and online establishments. While Google Pay is built for Android phones, it does not work with Apple phones in selected regions. However, not all capabilities such as the tap and pay options are available. Technology improvements, particularly in the area of money transactions, have a bright future. Still, depending on where you are heading, you might want to double check if Google Pay is accepted there before leaving the house without your wallet. For my conclusion, Google appears to be counting on the convenience of having everything in one location. It's a big project with a lot of features to help you handle your money with ease and safety. If you want to have mobile payment, cards, and money management capabilities all in one app, Google Pay is a fantastic choice. For the time being, the various functionalities are still undervalued as compared to other standalone budgeting apps, cashback offers, and peer-to-peer payment services on the market. With continued developments, we hope to see additional services and more countries covered within their international money transfer portfolio. Thank you for listening. These are my references.
And then we have investment and banking, which would be tackled by Sir Justin.
Hello, good evening, guys. My name is Justin Thompson, and I will be talking about how Google can venture into banking and investment. So, what is investment banking in the first place? An investment bank is a financial service company or institution that acts as an intermediary in large and complex financial transactions. So basically, investment banks deal with trading securities. Banking has to do with moving money from investment banking has to do with moving money from people who have it. Those are the investors, and from there you move it to those people who need it. We're talking about the borrowers and the spenders, etc. here. So that is investment banking. Okay. Before that, let's take a look at the background of Google. Google was founded by Larry Page and Sergey Brin while they were students at Stanford University. The company was officially launched in September 1998 in a friend's garage, but how ironic it is now, one of the world's largest company with a market value of $890 billion. Wow, that's a huge amount of money. And Google makes hundreds of products used by billions of people across the globe, from YouTube and Android to Gmail and of course Google search, right? Google is also a stronghold of data like no other. In 20 years of its existence, the company has built an ecosystem of products for everyone, for businesses and developers to log every actor in its diverse world of hyper-connected solutions. So yes, really Google has the power to disrupt any sector or market that it, you know, designs or desires to move into. It is really huge. Next, we have the main question. What would happen if Google was to found a Google Bank, right? Have you ever asked yourself this? What would happen if Google was to found a Google Bank? So, as we may all know, Google has a pile of cash at its disposal, ready to venture into banking and investment. The money is not really a problem, the startup money for them. They won't have or encounter any hurdle if they want to venture into banking and investment. And it could also absorb, the company can absorb a total write-off in case the banking venture should fail. So this is a good sign for a company to start banking, right? And also, Google has already dipped its toe into the waters of financial services with the Google Wallet payment services. The company is working on a plan codenamed Cash to offer consumer checking accounts. In January 2015, it also began allowing users in the UK to send or request money from within its highly popular Gmail email services. So this is very obvious already that Google will be successful if it should venture into banking and investment. It could just decide to build a new bank based on the latest IT technology. And also, I think Google is launching customer checking accounts next year in partnership with some banks like Citigroup and Stanford Federal Credit Union. So they're making moves, but let's see how it goes first. Okay, and I think Google is likely entering into these partnerships to increase its insights into consumer purchase behavior and also the consumer finances more broadly. Okay, also, Google is the ultimate opportunist that doesn't spare any resources to grab a chance at market dominance the moment it sees one. Its e-money license in Lithuania is not the first experience with payments. The company is building a global payments leader, bringing all its payments offspring under the umbrella of Google Pay. Android Pay, Google Wallet, Google Tez, all Google Pay now. And since the launch of Tez in September 2017, over 22 million people and businesses have used Tez. Now they call it Google Pay to make over 750 million transactions that are collectively worth over $30 billion annually. So clearly, Google is dealing with numbers, huge numbers. All right. Thousands of banks in the US already offer virtual card transactions through Google Pay. So by making the Google ecosystem and payments more engaging, customers are more likely to keep using the platform. So if ever it decides to fully transition into banking and investment, I don't think having customers would be an issue. They will have a lot of people. And let's take a look at some of the functions. Okay, what it has to offer, what it can offer. Currently, Google allows customers to store card details in a digital wallet that is used to make purchases online or in an app. Use mobile phones as payments devices in a store and process payments, issue e-money, and handle electronic money wallets. And Google is also capable of rendering traditional bank services. Currently, they don't do it, but they can if they want to, such as mergers and acquisitions, which has to do with offering advice to parties on both sides of the acquisition, underwriting, which is the process of taking on a financial risk for a fee. Arranging finance, the basic job duty of any investment banker. Yes, Google can do this easily without breaking a sweat. Next is private placement, selling of securities to a smaller group of investors, and sales and trading, which matches buyers and sellers looking to buy and sell securities they already own. So this, to me, in my opinion, this is even an easy task for Google. All right. Already there's a question of trust, but I'd like to say that Google has an outstanding reputation as an employer. So with a good reputation comes trust, right? When it comes to winning employees for a new Google bank, Google could easily keep up with incumbent banks. Google is the world's most reputable employer for the second consecutive year, according to Reputation Institute's 2019 Global Workplace 100. The trust in Google appears to be a boundless and unlimited good relationship and trust as far as data is concerned. So, um, already today clients entrust Google with almost any information. It is trustworthy. So a lot of people will be willing and ready to engage with Google Bank. Okay. Next, so there's no necessity to go over all 116 products in Google's ecosystem to understand how deep Google is embedding itself in our personal and professional lives. It is enough to think of examples such as Google Assistant, Google Flights, Connected Home, Google Merchant Center, Retail Solutions, Google My Business, Hire by Google, Project Fi, Google for Education, etc. It's just countless. The ability to perform financial operations with Google is the sound of the door shutting behind the user once he or she steps into that world. So let's take a look at all this. It is just suitable and ready to conquer traditional banks. Okay, and in conclusion, retail banking Google customers will have the best of banking services, a bunch cloud-based apps running personal financial management tools, wealth management services, bill payment services, chat-based fund transfer services, location-based special deals and offers from merchants, loyalty programs, and many more. The best part of all is that Google services are free for the end customer. Google will make money in data mining, creation of merchant ecosystem, and loyalty. Google will be the bank with services scaling from microfinance banking to the services of a multi-country or global conglomerate. So, if you ask me, okay, I would expect Google to push into financial services. It will be payment doubting of whether it's a credit card or checking account, but it will be a huge success. And I'm pretty sure that in the near future that will happen. And Google has not given details on interest rates or incentives, but I'm sure they look forward to sharing more details soon. Okay, and like I said earlier, the company is exploring how they can partner with banks and credit unions, especially in the US, to offer smart checking accounts through Google Pay. So there's more to this, and I am excited and looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
And last but not least, we have cybersecurity, which will be tackled by Sir Khaled.
Good evening, everyone. Today we will be talking about my topic, which is cybercrime and how Google company ensures security for users' information online. We'll go together. We'll go to the next page. So the outline of my presentation will have the brief background of Google company, and then we will talking about Google security and the privacy focused culture, and then operational security, and technology with security at its core. And we will be talking as well about empowering users, administrators to improve security compliance. And then we will go to the conclusion. So let's start. Background of the study. First of all, Google, in full Google LIC, formerly Google Inc., started 1998 up to 2017, American search engine company, founded in 1998 by Sergey Brin and Larry Page. That is a subsidiary of the holding company Alphabet Inc. More than 70% of worldwide online search requests are handled by Google, placing it at the heart of most internet users. So as we all know, 70% of the users of internet, they are using Google, which makes Google one of the best search engine being used. The heart of the most internet users experience, it is headquarters are in Mountain View, California. They are located in California. Let's move forward. We will be talking now about Google security privacy focus culture. Employee background check. That means before everyone or anyone join our stuff in Google, they will have to verify their education and previous employment and performance, internal and external references check. So anyone would like to work with Google before they start or before they apply in Google and get accepted, Google must check their background, must check their educational, must check that this person qualify for this job, have to check that this person is legit and good to work with this company. Security training for employees. All Google employees undergo security training as part of the orientation process and throughout their Google careers. So every person who works with Google, usually they have to go to under security training. They have to make sure that those people have an idea about the security and have the way that to implement the security process of Google. Secure environment. Google Zero Trust approach enforce critical access control based on information about a device and its state, its associated users and their context. Usually Google have this kind of enforcement in their environment wherein they have to control access everything, especially the devices and the state and the associated and the users and the context as well. Other includes privacy team and internal audit and compliance specialist. Let's move forward. So we will be now talking about the operational security. Vulnerability management. Google Vulnerability Management process actively scans for security threats using a combination of commercially available and purpose-built in-house tools, intensive automated and manual penetration efforts, quality assurance process, software security review, and as well external audit. We will have also the malware prevention. More than 4 billion devices are protected by Google's safe browsing technology every day. And every day staff browsing discovers thousands of new unsafe sites, many of which are legitimate websites that have been compromised. So if we take a look sometimes, when you are trying to open any website, Google will send you a message saying this website is not protected, and they will advise you not to continue and to proceed going into that website because might this website be compromised or this website has been hacked by third party. So monitoring. Google security monitoring program is focused on informing and gathering from internal network traffic, employee action system, and outside knowledge of vulnerabilities. Let's move forward. Now we will be talking about technology with security as its core. State-of-art data counters. Our data counters are monitored 24 hours, 7 days a week by high-resolution interior and exterior cameras that can detect and track intruders with access logs, activity records, and camera footage available in case of an incident occur. So if you take a look at the Google, the way that they secure themselves, they have the cameras 24 hours, 7 days. It can usually monitor everything, the footage. It can also capture every internal and external things. Powering data counters. Google's data counters features redundant power systems and environmental controls. Cooling system maintain a constant operation temperature for servers and other hardware, reducing the risk of servers outage. So in Google, they have this kind of powering system wherein they make sure their servers will not get hot or overheat. Because usually in the servers rooms, when there is an overheat, the quality or the speed of the servers won't be good. So Google have this kind of system wherein it makes sure their servers and the other hardware, reducing the risk of servers outage. Customer server hardware software. Production servers also run a custom design operating system, which is iOS, based on a stripped down and hardened version of Linux, which is the open system. Let's move together. Now we will be talking about empowering users and administrators to improve security compliance. Two-step verification and security keys. Customers can strengthen account security by using two-step verification and security keys. Well, as we all know, if you have an account or you are using Google, Google can provide you a way that to secure your account by two ways. Number one, for example, if you are going to use one of your device, in order to log in, you must use your other device, which is trusted by Google, to allow this kind of login, or by the way of sending you a message in your phone number. Now we will be going to also a single sign. It's called a Small 2.0. Google Workspace offers customers a single sign-on SSO servers that lets user access multiple servers using the same sign-in page and authentication credential. So usually when you are using many apps or you are trying to open many pages, you can do all those multiple services using one page, and Google will give you that trust. We will be going to Auth 2.0 and OpenID Contact. Google Workplace support Auth 2.0 and OpenID Connect on Open Protocol for authentication and authorization that allows customers to configure one single sign-on service SSO for multiple cloud solutions. Let's move together to the next page. We will move to the next page wherein, again, we will continue with empowering user. It's email spam, pushing, and malware protection. Gmail protect your incoming mail against spam, pushing, and malware. Meaning to say, usually if you take a look, if you receive a message from someone that you do not know, and mostly it's hackers or spam, you would see Gmail are using this way by sending this email to the spam unit automatically without you doing anything regarding that. Now we have also email spoofing prevention. Scammers can sometimes forget the form address on an email message so that it appears it comes from a reputable organization admin. So sometimes also you will receive a message, it seems to be sent from a legit company or legit organization, but it was somebody or hacker or scam using it. So usually also Google makes sure that if you receive an email from an organization, it will show you if it's legit or not. Security and alert management. With multiple security and privacy control in a place, organizations need a centralized location where they can prevent and detect and remediate the threats. Usually, you must have, as a security alert management, you must have an office or a person working there in your company or at any place with a multiple security and privacy controls in a place. Meaning to say, you must have all the security you needed to secure your place or your organization to make sure that everything is centralized, wherein you can prevent and detect all the immediate threats that might happen to your organization. We move forward. Now we will go to the final page we have, which is the conclusion. The protection of your data is a primary design consideration for all of Google infrastructure and product and personal operation. We believe that Google can offer a level of protection that very few public cloud providers or private enterprise IT team can match. Google has a strong contractual commitment regarding data ownership, data use and security, and transparency and accountability. This commitment ensures you to maintain control over your data and how it proceeds, including the assurance that your data is not used for advertising or any purpose other than to deliver Google Cloud service. For those reasons and more, over 6 million organizations across the globe trust Google. Thank you so much for listening to my topic today. And I wish you guys a beautiful evening ahead. And I hope that you have learned something today out of my topic. All the best.
So thank you so much. This concludes our presentation. Good day and God bless.